Hi everyone, Jack here again, just to show you one of the cards that I made on Create and Craft the other day. I had a request to explain how it was made, and actually I sort of put it together as I was playing with it, so I wasn't really quite sure, so I thought, right, let's go home and let's show them how we did it. So it started life as an 8x8 card, and I folded it in half and I cut away 2 inches off the card, so I'm left with an 8x6 inch card. And then I started playing with it. Now I know it's got a crease down it, but that's fine because we want to cover that. So I started by scoring, putting it right up against the scoreboard and scoring at 2 inches, 5 inches, and then it had the natural centre crease there, and I did exactly the same on the other side. That meant I had a 6-inch gap here, and all I did was I scored it on the diagonal. So I scored from the corner, top corner of the 2-inch score mark to the bottom corner of the on the opposite side, where I scored it at so that there was the 6 inches there. So corner to corner, diagonally, I scored it, and then what happened then was I had to fold it up. So I turned it over. I wanted this piece to protrude at the front. So once I had both crosses on both sides, I just flipped it to do the score again. So once I had those score marks, I pushed this one in and I pushed this one in, so it was like so. Okay, and then I folded this one back out, so I had that. I did exactly the same with the opposite side, so folded that piece in there and back out, and that's what I was left with, and then I had to decorate it. So just to go over that again, I cut it down from an 8-inch card, so an 8x8 card. Where the natural fold was, I was going to use that as one of my scores. And then I butted it up against the edge of the scoreboard, and I scored at 2 inches and then 5 inches. And then I flipped it round, did exactly the same, 2 inches and 5 inches. And again I had that natural that natural score mark at 8. I then turned it on the diagonal, so where the score line was at 8 and where the score line was at 2, I turned it, I marked it up with the 6, and I scored diagonally. So I had a cross in the centre. You see that? There it is, there's that cross in the centre. And then I pushed the side pieces in on both, and then folded it over, so it all folded up like so. And then all that's left to do is decorate it. And what I found was this here, I measured this up, this was, it was 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 square, I believe, and I'll just check that now. Let me just get that all folded up. So yeah, 4 1/4, so it's on the 4 1/4 mark. So I cut a square at 4 1/4 for the matting and layering, and then I cut a square at 4 inches square for matting and layering. And I knew all of these measurements were going to be the same, so I cut a further 2. I then halved them, half both the sizes, to get the triangles. So there is my, I'll just grab it. I've stuck everything up ready. So that was the piece that I cut out for there, and then I halved both pieces and matted and laid them. And I'll decorate it up just to show you what it looks like decorated up. Let me just grab those pieces in again. So we're going to follow all of those pieces. I did exactly the same, only I halved that again, so I cut further ones, half that again, and that will fit those pieces there. These are just the two outer pieces first. We'll just line that up and pop it down. And then I've got one for the centre. Like so. And I'll pop that there, and then that covers that natural crease that was there from when it was a 8x8 card. So that would went down there. And then I cut further ones and cut it in half, cut the triangle piece in half again to give me the side triangles to decorate. Like so. And then it's just a case of piecing them all together. I'm just checking where it is. I'm in a little bit of bad lighting here, so you'll have to bear with me. There we go. Exactly the same for the opposite side. That's that one down. Like so. And then the last two. Like so. And then what I did, not happy with that one, let me just move that one over. That's it. And then what I did, I cut two side panels as well for these end pieces. So that was 2 inches by 6 inches. And I just cut them in gold in some contrasting hunky-dory card, so they're all matched up. Like so. And you can see it's all starting to fold together. I'm just going to hold it all in, like so. It's looking quite pretty. And then I found a nice topper to go on there. And I thought I would just finish it with a couple of pearls. I had some nice gold ones. I think 4 will do it. I normally work in 3s, but as it's a square, I think we need to just frame it with the pearls, so 4 should be fine. And one more. Oh, just move that over. There we go. So there we have it. A lovely little card. It's just something a little bit different. Sometimes you want to do different cards for Christmas, and you can decorate the back as well in exactly the same way as I showed you as what I've just done with this, just with the measurements. Just cut it slightly smaller just to make sure everything fits in. You'll have somewhere to write. I'll try and put all the measurements on my blog for you so that you won't get lost off. Thanks for watching.